The flashing lights lit up the quiet street. It was supposed to be just another routine stop. At least that's what the officers thought. But when they pulled over a black man riding a dusty old bicycle near a quiet park in town, they had no idea who they were dealing with. "Where'd you steal that bike from?" one officer sneered. "You matched the description," another added, though none of them could say what that description even was. The man, dressed in simple clothes and riding a basic mountain bike, remained calm. His name was Marcus Steele, a 58-year-old Army veteran, and former Master Sergeant, with 3 decades of service and the scars to prove it. He had just finished his morning ride, something he did daily to stay active and at peace. But today, peace was interrupted by profiling. When Marcus calmly asked what he was being stopped for, one officer chuckled. "Don't get smart. Hands on your head." Without explanation, they forced him off his bike and began to search him. People in the neighborhood started recording as tension grew. But Marcus didn't panic. He simply looked one officer in the eyes and said, "You just made a mistake you're going to regret. And backup is already on the way." The officers laughed. "What backup? You call your lawyer?" Marcus didn't respond. But 6 minutes later, the sound of engines thundered down the road. 50 soldiers, dressed in full fatigues, riding in a convoy of military Humvees, appeared over the hill. At the front of the line, Captain Elena Torres, a decorated officer and Marcus's former trainee, now leading an active duty unit stationed nearby for training exercises. She jumped out of the lead vehicle and marched straight up to the officers. "Is there a reason why one of our most respected veterans is being humiliated on the side of the road?" The officers stammered, suddenly pale. We didn't know who he was." Elena didn't flinch. "That's the problem. You don't treat people with respect unless you know who they are. But Master Sergeant Steele? He trained half the people in these vehicles. He's a hero." The neighborhood erupted in applause as the soldiers lined the street in quiet, disciplined support. The police chief later issued a public apology, but it wasn't enough to stop the viral storm. News outlets picked up the story with headlines like, "Veteran humiliated until an Army unit rolls in to set things right." Marcus didn't call for revenge. He called for reform. "I didn't serve this country for 30 years just to be treated like a criminal on a bike ride." Because when they stopped him thinking he was no one, they didn't expect an entire army to show up behind him.